Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to episode 24 of Flame Throne. Well, today we got ourselves a lot of work on our hands. The king has arrived last episode, and there's still so much that we need to do to accommodate him. And the other thing is, the outpost liaison is also in desperate need of better stuff. So, I want to get started first with some mandatory orders for His Highness. So, just like for the Duke, we are going to make ourselves some adamantine furniture. Ah! There we go. Alright, these two will be what we're going to go and need for that. Kumail, the clothier, I have failed you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It was all my fault. Seriously, I really don't know. We're going to buy more plant fiber the next time we can. Until then, well, rest in peace, old friend. Ah, well, he's going to starve to death now first, but, yeah. So, let's see how things will develop here. So we now know that these cavities are all harmless. Okay. Let's do this like that. Okay, back to the king. So, well, it'll take a moment until the armor and weapon racks are made, so, well, I also can't order any of them right now, just because I very high doubt that the adamantine ones will just be placed into the wrong position. So we're going to go and bring some coffins into play now. Yeah, well, it's gonna be orthoclase. It's okay. Nothing wrong about orthoclase. Obviously, we could go even costlier with the sarcophagi, but I don't really want to. There's more than enough stuff that we need to get done. Like engraving the entire apartment suites here. Polishing the walls. Many things. So, let's keep going. Here's the bedroom of this person here. Oh, it does require a second bed, as there is a second person locked in. Here goes the office and the dining hall. There we go. So far, so good. Quality is not good enough yet, but it'll get there. Now the royal tomb. There we go. Nothing is good enough yet. We also need 4 more chests here. 4. Jeez. Well, let's do it like that then. Good. So the adamantine weapon racks and such. Oh! Ha 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 ha. Yeah, we got trolled here. That's not gonna happen. And then we need to do the throne room, obviously, still. But one thing at a time. Although it does bother me a tiny little bit that the throne room now feels almost tiny in comparison to the tomb. But whatever. Oh. Ah, yeah, here, okay. Sure. Now then. Let's see. That's an adamantine weapon rack. And an adamantine weapon stand. There we go. So as far as I remember, we have these on mass production. Or do we? I really need to look at that. So, let's see. Because that's a really, really interesting question here. Do I... Ah, yeah, here. Okay. So these will be made. And that's that. Okay, so quality ain't good enough yet. Or some of the parts here. I mean, it wasn't the smartest decision of mine to toss both adamantine furniture pieces into one room. I could have balanced out the value of these a little bit more, but it is what it is. I really don't want to go too crazy about that, because at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure that we are going to have the value that we need all by the stuff that we're doing here themselves. Good. So let's keep engraving here. And let's look what transpired downstairs. So we can really not look deeper into this nasty little cluster here. I can't remember anymore if this was clear or not. Too bad, isn't it? So that seems to be solid. All of it. Yeah. Alright, so we can carve our way through this. And then goes a fresh door here. So we can examine the cavity here. You know, fresh adamantine has to come back into our stockpiles. I am using this stuff quite a lot these days, but how to say, it really is difficult for me to squander such a valuable resource like adamantine like that, but I am doing more or less a roleplay run here, and, well, what can I say? They're filthy rich dwarves, of course they want to boast and be like that. What else? There we go. And that's why we don't have too many adamantine weapons or anything, but a lot of adamantine fancy features. But in all honesty, we do need to make some adamantine weaponry soon. It would be a shame to leave this fort without any adamantine weaponry. I mean, we are down to 14 wafers, so I really stressed out my stockpiles quite a lot with what I did. Okay. Yeah, so a rat devil. Deadly dust. So, interestingly enough, this guy has a much larger sprite than the other guy. Ah, well. Shucks. Why can't we control the door? What? Ah, alright, now I can. That was like a very, very confusing moment. So, that one's all solid here too. It's quite amazing, honestly. Alright. So we can safely take these chunks. And then we're going to do some fortifications in there to see if we can afford to go deeper or not. Some more diamonds. But it looks as if the adamantine on this layer is almost depleted. The central cluster here is a pain and then some, as we really, you know... I don't know how to make this thing smaller without risking myself. And that's the big pain here. Let's see. That was just unholy heat. Nothing to be too worried about. So a lot of raw adamantine has been harvested today. Wonderful. With the semi-molten rock in the vicinity here, I am more eager to pick up things like these. I'm very worried, though, about the presence of the red devil here. That thing is bad news. Talking about bad news, we're going to go and have a look-see into that. Because in all seriousness, this is the only way that I can think of how we can be safe. Or sure, however you want to put it. Thieves! Well, I don't care about thieves. Oh, but I do care about one thing. I figured during the latest goblin assault, these doors would be really useful. We could lock them down when attackers come, lock in the citizens for their own safe being, and there's a lot of goodness behind that trick. So, we're doing the foolishness. We are going to look what's behind the wall. Mostly because I want to know how we're going to navigate around here. And, well, they can't come through a pillar, so if necessary, we're going to wall off the entire place. A ghost! But first, what a moment for Mebzuth the ghost to come up when we're just carving a pillar into this. Yeah. So this is, you know, bad news. This is the Underworld, with all its eerie glowing pits. We're going to lock this door forevermore. As now, these things, well, they're activated, which doesn't bother us at all. Before you do this, they're just hanging out there as a clump. 102 hostiles. Oh my god. So what have we done? We freed it. That's what we did. So we can now safely go for this. So the really troublesome thing is that these guys are now meandering down there. So that is, by the way, the local selection of demons. 100 of them. A freaking 100 of them. Yeah. So that's that. Anyway, Mebzuth. You need a engraved tombstone, I heard. There we go. Yep. That was the wrong button. There. So, and that one is now locked. And that is one hell of a grand guild hall. Easy as that. Alright, the monster Z's can't come into our base, but the good part is we have now localized the direction of the shaft. If this has any negative side effects, I am not aware of them. But, well, we'll see about that. Scorching Brute. These have no special skills. I mean, the good part is that we can now do some local demonology and get acquainted with the horrors. Look, there's a dead dwarf floating around. Alright, I don't have a clue if there's any dangerous cavity in there, so we better make something happen. So I need to go this way, I suppose? Oh, I hate it when that happens. So, but yeah, that'll allow me to ogle in. A human diplomat has arrived. Wonderful. Deadly as these creatures all are, I don't want to take any second guesses, and there shall be no whoopsies and other things on my watch. We've already had so many people dying the other day. Diplomacy! So, yeah, they just came on by for a chat. Nothing more. Okay, so last things to do. Oh, obviously this needs to be walled as well, and now it'll work. Good. So, there comes the caravan and the treasurer. That's the stuff that I've been waiting for. No, not like this, you sillies. Here we go, Mebzuth. The Miners' Guild turned oddly into something like a museum slash mausoleum. I don't know. So, the Crafts Dwarfs won a Grand Guild Hall. They really do deserve, in all honesty. So, let's make this Guild Hall grand. But how? Let's craft ourselves some more pedestals. I think I should order these as a mass product. Let's use obsidian. There we go. We're also going to make them one by one, and that'll work on out as intended. So, yeah. We don't really have many things that we could add into here anymore, but we can do just the same kind of display bomb here. Ah, come on. Buttons all the time. Here. There it goes. So, we're going to order all of your metal and obviously sand and glass. There it goes. So, that's new. Or is it? So, it's time for Dwarven cuisine. So here, let's bring some of the more valuable goods here. 20,000, I hope that'll be enough. This time I'll not make the mistake that I did the last few times, where I totally overshot in terms of my needs. There we go. Wonderful. What beats a life right next to demons? So one item is still missing, though. Bring the dwarven fine food. So, alright. And you see, that is why I just don't simply dig. The Grey Fiend here, luckily, is one of the kind that I think our military can safely take out for us. The merchants are still unloading, so we're doing this. This could have been really a disaster for the fort. So we also need to keep this now closed, as these parts are now danger zones as well. As soon as the military is around, we're going to start killing these. Alright. We did it. We unleashed a whole flock of demons down here. Okay. Let's also unleash another demon into our military. But first, let's see if we can finally pull off the trade. Nah, they are still unloading. The artifact maker died now. And we had a short fight with the Grey Fiend. Let's see, the Flying Grey Fiend extract, that's the deadly spittle. So, thing had a few shots at my fighters, which they all completely negated. Okay, good job on you guys. I'm relieved that all of this went down that smoothly. It's not as if anything of that was guaranteed. Alright, they finally did it. So, 10 grand of metal. Wow. Alright, I underestimated you guys. Oh god. So yeah, they also brought gemstone. Amazing. Let's buy that glass. Play. Let's better buy that too. Or I need it. Instruments. So yeah, once you're a capital, of course, as you see there, your shopping chances are something entirely else. So, rope reed, hemp cloth, that's the stuff. Very sorry for the fallen. These guys would have come a month earlier. That poor guy didn't need to die. Alright, so we got ourselves a couple of boxes of that stuff. They even got paper. Nice. So that's something entirely else here. So let's leave it like that. It's a favorable trade for the humans on their end. For us, it is a favorable trade as we just gave away stuff that we won't be missing at all. Alright. Devilish Heat. all the harmless things. Alrighty, we got ourselves a nice chunk of adamantine back today. Which is good, since I've spent quite a lot for my noble people's apartments, which are still not fulfilling their desires. What a shame. Whoops. Well, no biggie. We can fix that. Yeah, obviously we also have a slight shortage of material here. Alright. So let's draw some borders. I know that the room that I started with is already on a good value, but more art. Now what the heck? Alert. Ah, Mebzuth has been put to rest. Definitely want to know what the cause of death was. So, Mebzuth, another. So, bled to death, slain by the dwarf who deal letter gifts. Ooh. That must be of the dark days when we had that tantrum spiral. That's why I got rid of this nasty old dwarf that quickly. Haggard dwarves, they can totally destroy your entire fort. I learned that the hard way here. So, looks pretty safe-ish. We don't know about this place here though, so I'll be setting up some door here. Safe-ish is not enough for my taste. Alright, so we are somewhat done. The only thing that I do still miss here is this little enclosure. So let's even make those walls super fancy. Flashing metal walls, hell yeah. At least made all the angel killing worthwhile. Alright, so if I only could filter for value here, that would be amazing. But the way it stands, I think I need to know what I'm looking for. Doesn't seem to me as if I have any chance finding anything here. But tell you what, we're going to display a couple of adamantine wafers in here. That'll do the trick. And I find it only very fitting towards the fact that this is one of the main products of this guild here. So, don't see anything wrong about that. Let's put some art on the flashing metal pillars. Okay. And from that point on, we need to dig deeper, I guess. Ever deeper, ever deeper. Man, I'm glad that I was that cautious all the time. Okay, my friends, that ends today's episode. We have achieved a lot today. The king is somewhat happy with this and with his apartments. There's still some lack in the bedroom, huh? All right, let's see what we can do about that. And the grave is not good enough yet. Yeah, they skipped some of the jobs again. Well, anyways, my friends, thanks for watching, thanks for being around, and see you all on the next episode, when I honestly don't know what we are up next to. This fort is pretty much at the end of its journey. There's a couple of things that I still want to do, but not too many. That all being said, thanks for watching, drop me your comments, leave me a thumbs up, consider subscribing, check out the description box, and of course, feel free to support the channel. And a big thanks to all of you who do, and a big thanks to you for watching this video. See you all next time. Bye bye.